I'm not big on red vehicles, red motorcycles, and all that good stuff. But this red right here is a one of a kind because Ducati only offers this V4s in a red. The SP you can get in the black, but the R version actually comes in a red as well, with a little more carbon fiber fits, and you have an aluminum gas tank. Well, this one comes with the electronic suspension. Sweet. It's the Lima Brembo brakes. That's one of my best aspects about this bike because they put so much thought into it, and there's so much technology in this motorcycle that they put the best of the best on it. So I got lightweight wheels on it. The difference between this model and the base model, like I said, is the electronic suspension, O-rings, matter of fact. And you get the different wheels. And you get the black, the matte black front fender. Now, just riding this bike was an absolute joy. I don't know if anybody's ever ridden one, or if you have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've owned multiple bikes, and this right here is about one of the best motorcycles I've ridden in 21. So let's say up against the R1M, I like this a little bit better. The throttle response is better. It's got like 4 different race mode. You got race mode A, race mode B, sport, and street. I rode it in street today. No, I think I rode it in sport. I started out in street, and then I put it in sport just to see, does it actually make a difference? It does, but by it only having 0 miles on it when I got it out this morning, I put 27 miles on it and put a couple gallons of gas back in it, and just to top it off so I could put it back up. But the only reason why I really came home and just didn't stay out and about was because the chain had just been lubed, and I don't know if you see this right here, but yeah, I gotta get that off of there. I like to do a little bit of corners, but in my break-in period, I don't get all into this tire kind of crazy. But as you can see, it started rising, and I didn't want it to get in the center of the tire and lose my investment. We're not doing that. But the drivability on this motorcycle is utterly amazing. Reason being, I think a child can ride this. I mean, just because, oh yeah, I got a 214 horsepower motorcycle. It'll do well over 185 miles per hour, which it will, but that doesn't mean you have to drive it like that, people. Anybody with some sense can actually own this bike and drive it like if you got some sense. But it's some out there, man, you will lose your license with it. It's one of the fastest ones out there. And truth be told, you gotta love the Brembo, all the master cylinders, and it's got a hydraulic clutch on this thing. Most bikes, like my Suzuki's, R1s, and all that good stuff, that's something you're gonna have to add on. This comes standard on this motorcycle. Let's check out this one. Okay, I'll let you hear it. couple of exhausts in my, you know what I'm saying, in my carts. I'm doing some research on them right now. I think on the full exhaust, I may run the Termignoni, the one that sits underneath the rear fender and the under the seat tail exhaust, and it'll be 2 down here. I want to say those 2 come from the front 2 cylinders. By this being a V4, it's 4 pipes coming out of here instead of just 2. So, or I got an option to run the aero exhaust that sits underneath there. But when I take those mufflers off, what I'm trying not to do is, you know, once you take those mufflers off, you'll be left with some space. So a lot of times you have to add a belly pan or something like that. But if you buy a belly pan, and I do want to go with a different exhaust and don't like the one, because if you know me, you know exactly if I don't like something, I'm going to change it. So if I don't like it, I'll be stuck with a belly pan that goes with the exhaust I choose. So I'm going to try to get this down to either the Termignoni, the Sparks, the Semi goes here out the side, or the Aero where the 2 mufflers sit underneath the bike. And I like that Aero, the full titanium Semi pipe. I like that. Or if I do a full system, it's going to be that Termignoni. So before I get out of here, I got a lot of parts I'm gonna put on this bike. Stay tuned, and I got a treat for you. Let's check it out. This is one of my bikes I built, and it's very dear and special. But what I got going on is it will be up for sale if anybody wants it. It has a full aquaprobic exhaust on here, also OZ wheels, flash by Snitch Racing. I got a flash module on here. The ECU's been flashed. I got block off plates. It's been lowered 1 inch in the front and 1 inch in the rear as well, with the Brock's lowering kit. This thing actually is one of the fastest bikes I've ever owned. It'll do everything and then some. I do have the actual factory parts I took off here, all the mirrors, the actual factory front end for this motorcycle, all the pegs, all the hardware, and the O wheels and all that good stuff. It will be included in that, you know what I'm saying, the selling of this motorcycle. And I may give you the stand. So, what is it, 20? Okay, I'll let you hear it. All the miles on it, so 2017. Exhaust is not overwhelming, but it's so deep, you'll hear this thing miles away coming down whatever street you're coming down, especially at night. You'll hear this bike coming. It doesn't have to show a suspension on it, and like I said, it handles like a train. Quick shift up and down. If you have any questions about this bike, you want to know, leave me a message, inbox me. I'll leave my number, shoot y'all the details, and let's get it going, man. We want to get another bike in here. Let's see what we do. Okay, I'll let you hear it. Oh, spring air filter as well, people. Nothing but the best on this motorcycle. I got a lot of carbon fiber little bits on here, but this bike was purchased new. I'm the only owner of this motorcycle. So in saying that, I know how I take care of my stuff. I don't linger. I don't buy just anything. I buy some of the best stuff to go on my stuff because I want it to perform a certain way. And this is what you get, people. So, stay tuned. Like I said, we're going to do more parts for this Ducati V4s build. Need anything, let me know. My name's BJ from the 478. And I'm going to, if you stay tuned to this video, all the way to the end, I'm going to put the 3 exhausts I was telling you about up on there in pictures, and just, you know, leave me a comment on which one you think or which one you like. Do the reviews on it. If you got one of these, I'm pretty sure if you got that exhaust, reach out to me and let me know how they sound. I appreciate you. Thank you. Stay tuned.